Okay, Nick, I got all your stuff ready. This is going to be kind of a long, boring video for anybody else, but for you, I'm going to show you everything that you need to know to get your stuff going here. So first, let's go through what you got. So you got your new radio. This is the FrSky QX7. You have a monitor attached to it, and that's the Hawkeye. What's it called? Hawkeye Little Pilot. It's I think it's a 4.3-inch screen. It's really nice, brand new, still has the plastic on it, so you're going to want to peel that off. There's a little red square that shows where to peel that off at. Alright, so I'll go through the monitor first. So on the side of the monitor, there's your buttons. You got a plus, a power, and a minus. That's all you really need to worry about. And then the plug down here is the USB. That's just a regular USB, micro USB, like the one just before the Type-C. So I'm sure you have one of those. Or actually, no, it came with one. So there'll be one in the box for it. Okay. And that's for charging the internal battery of the monitor. Okay. So to turn it on, you got the power button right here. You hold it down for about 2 seconds or so until you see the screen pop on. So let's do that. We'll hold it down. 1, 2. It's about 2 or 3 seconds. It turns on. Okay, it's blank right now because the quad's not on. To access the menu, you just press the power button one time. So we'll press it once, and there the menu pops up. Then you push power once again to go through each thing. Okay, and then you got the plus or minus to go plus or minus on each thing. So we'll go down to brightness. I'll push plus. Oops. I'll push plus. See how it's going up, and then minus makes it go down. And then power switches to the next thing. So we're going to go down to exit and then push plus, and that exits out of it. It has the OSD, and it shows the battery level, which is about half right now, how long it's been on, and then the volume. This is the volume up here. You just push it to turn it on. Push it again to turn it off. But you're not going to have volume on this setup, so you don't need to worry about volume on that. But for any future setups that do have volume, that's where it's at. Okay, so we'll turn that back off. You'll hold the power button for a couple seconds. It turns off. Alright, here's your radio. To turn it on, the power button is right here in the middle. You'll hold it down. You'll see 4 dots appear. So I'll hold the button down. You see the dots? Let go when you see the 4th dot. Okay? If you see any kind of warnings or anything, just push exit. So this is the main screen. It says source 1. That's the name of your quad. Okay. For right now, you don't need to know how to do anything in here. I mean, you can learn on your own if you want. You can watch videos about it or whatever. To change different things like a timer or stuff like that. You know, there's so much you could do with this radio, just so much. But you don't need to worry about any of that stuff for right now. It's already all set up for you. And if you ever wanted to make a new model for another quad, I have a whole nother video that's made just for doing that. Okay, so to turn the power off, you do the same thing for powering it on. You hold the button down until you see the dots disappear instead of appear. When the last dot disappears, you let go, and it's off. Okay. For arming the quad, top left, big switch right here. Towards you is arm, away from you is disarm. And then this long switch right here in the front, it's kind of hidden by the monitor. You can push the monitor up out of the way if you want to, like that. This switch right here is for your flight mode. So you have all the way up is self-level. So when you're going forwards, you let go of the stick, the quad is going to go level. If you put it in the middle switch, middle position, if you're flying along and you go past, let's say you're flying like this and you go past halfway on the stick, it'll roll over, the quad will roll over, but then it'll self-level itself. Okay, so that's kind of intermediate. And then all the way down, so it's a 3 position, all the way down is no self-level at all. So if you're pushing forward on the stick, the quad's gonna start going forwards, and if you let go of the stick, the quad's gonna keep going forwards because there's no helping at all. Okay? And remember, this right here is your arm. Towards you is arm, away from you is disarm. And you really want to get used to having your finger real close to that, because if you're about to crash, okay, let's say it's armed, you're flying along, you're about to crash, you want to flip that disarm as fast as possible to keep your quad from breaking. Alright, so armed, you're flying around, you're about to crash, oh shit! Disarm as fast as possible. I usually disarm like before I'm even about to crash. Like when I know that I'm going to crash, I'll disarm before I even do crash. Just to protect everything. Because if you crash while it's still armed, the motors are going to try to spin. They're not going to be able to spin. They're going to fry. It's going to smoke and catch on fire or whatever, you know. So yeah, just make sure you practice disarming as fast as possible. Okay. There's tons of other switches. You don't need to use them right now, but you can in the future. Like I said, there's so much you can do with this radio. It's crazy. That should do that for the radio and the monitor. Here is the quad. You've already seen pictures of it. Here it is. It's beautiful. It's a 5-inch. You got your camera up here. You have your Foxeer Box 2 on top. It has its own little mount, and I have it zip tied down to the top plate, but it slides in, the camera slides in from the side, so you can see I'm moving it and it's not going to come out, but I'm going to give you a few zip ties so that you can go like this and just stick a zip tie through right here, so that way you can hold the Foxeer box from coming out of the mount. I think that's a good idea. Actually, this one came with the mount. You might want to just use this one, because I think you can reopen it and close it or whatever. I don't know how these work. Yeah, see, that's what you want to do, like that, to keep this from coming out of the mount. The mount's going to stay to the frame, but the camera could possibly come out in a really bad crash or something. So yeah, that'll be a good idea to do that. Oh, come on. This does come out, doesn't it? Yeah. Come on. Okay. You got your antenna in the back here. You have your VTX right here. The button for the VTX is right here. It's a white circle button. That's what you would press to change channels, bands, and power. I have the manual. The manual for that VTX is right here, so it'll show you all the different power outputs. You got 25, 200, and 600 milliwatts. And then it'll tell you what to do to change the channels, bands, and powers and all that. But I'll have it already set to work with the monitor. So the only thing that you're gonna have to do when you receive this to go fly is turn on the radio, turn on the monitor, plug in the quad, arm it, and then go fly. That's all you'll have to do. And I'll show you all of this right now. Battery goes on the bottom. I put some of this UmaGrip stuff. It's called UmaGrip, and it works really good. I left the stuff on it, the plastic, so you're gonna want to peel that off before you put your battery on. And this stuff is super sticky, so it's gonna make your battery stick really good to this, which is what you want. So let me put this back on. You want it pretty much in the middle. Okay, let me get this turned around. You always want to turn your radio on before the quadcopter. Okay, so like I showed before, hold down the button until you see it light up, then let go of the button. If you see any warnings, just push exit. Okay, so that's the radio is good to go. We'll turn on the monitor, Hold down the power button for a couple seconds. There we go. All right, so that's good to go. So we'll set this down right there. Now for the quadcopter, all you gotta do is take the battery cables and plug them in. Make sure you plug it in the right way. The red one, the red and black one here, it has a flat side and a pointy side. Same with the battery. It has a flat side, it has a little plus on it, and then it has a pointy side. Just make sure you line them up. Plug it in. See, as soon as I plugged it in, it's showing up on the screen down there. I don't know if you can see that. Let me set this down. See, you got it on your screen there. Alright, so I'm going to arm it. Like I said, this switch in the back right here on the left side is arm. Come on. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to arm it. There we go. You can see it's armed, ready to go. I'm pretty sure you know how to use a radio. You got throttle on the left, aileron and elevator on the right. Okay, let's see here. Flying pretty nice. That screen looks really good. The colors are just so bright. It looks really nice. Compared to even my goggles, I mean, it looks nice. I need to get myself one of these little screens. I like them. So I think that should do it. To access the menu of your camera or Betaflight OSD, you go throttle middle, yaw left, and then pitch forward, and you can see it brings up this menu. I don't remember if Smart Audio's. Oh no, it's not. Okay. I'll hook up Smart Audio and you'll be able to change stuff in here, but we'll talk about that another time. So you got different profiles, features. You can, oops, not features. Is it profiles? Yeah, profiles where you can change your PIDs. But that's a whole nother video too, because PID tuning is not something a first timer would really be getting into. But yeah, you can change it all from here. So to get out of this, you go yaw left, and then right down here it says exit. So use the right stick to go down, and then right stick to the right to choose it. And then you won't be able to arm again unless your throttle is all the way down. See, if I have the throttle in the middle and I try to arm, it just does those beeps. So it's telling you that something's wrong. So throttle all the way down. This thing's got a ton of power. These motors are really nice, really smooth. They're the T-Motor F40 Pro 3 2400 kV. I also got you the 1550 milliamp hour batteries, 4S. So you should get a little bit longer flight time than a 1300, which you would normally use. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Hold down the power button, turn that off. Hold down the power button, turn this off. You want to make sure you unplug the quad before you turn the radio off, and turn the radio on before plugging in the quad when you're ready to fly. So let me try that again. When you're ready to go fly, you want to turn the radio on first, then the quad. And when you're done flying, you want to turn off the quad first, then the radio. All right. I don't know anything about the Foxeer Box 2. I mean, it comes with a nice manual, so you'll be able to check that out. Maybe watch some videos on YouTube or something. I know it's pretty new, but I know the power button and stuff is on the side here. Let me see if it turns on. I don't know if you hold it down or just press it. Press it once. Let's see. Maybe hold it down. There we go. So that's on, but it doesn't have a SD card in it. You get to the SD card from the top, so let me show you how this comes out. Let me turn this off first. I think you hold it down. Yep. Okay. So it just slides out through the side. Oh, this also has a screen protector on it that you can peel off. You can see it's got bubbles. There's the little thing to grab onto to peel it off right there. This is where the SD card goes in the top right there, and that's where you charge it and everything too. Pretty cool. Pretty nice little camera. And then you just slide it in the side. And like I said, I will include some zip ties for you to throw around the camera so it holds it in. I think I covered everything. There's a lens cap for this camera. Yeah, just don't forget the most important thing is to disarm ASAP. All right. And oh, one more thing, the charger. Let me grab it. Here's your charger. Okay, so this just plugs into the wall, and your battery. Let me grab a battery. Here's your other battery. This is called the balance lead, and it plugs into this side. So just match it up, plug it in just like that. Whoa, dang it. Plug it in just like that, and plug it into the wall. And it says on it, red light when it's charging, green when it's full. So very simple to use. The only other thing that you would need to worry about charging is the LiPo for this, because I did order you a LiPo for this, because I noticed, see, I bought a QX7 when it first came out, and it used to come with a battery tray for AA batteries, but they don't come with one anymore. It just comes empty, just like that. So, you know, you have to buy a LiPo. So I got you this LiPo. It's pretty nice. It does have the balance lead. So I was trying to see, actually, let me look real quick. I don't think I think this charger is just for 3S and 4S, yeah. It only charges 3S or 4S, and that LiPo is 2S. So I guess I'll link you a good cheap charger for just for this, like a eBay one. Like, let me show you the one that I use. I've been using this Tenergy one for years. This one right here, I've been using this literally like at least 4 years, almost every day. It still works, and it was like 15 bucks. It just plugs into the wall, and then you can charge a 1S, 2S, 3S, 4S battery. Trying to think if I have one. I might have one, actually, a spare one, and if I do, I'll throw it in the box. If not, I'll link you one you can buy for really cheap, like 10 bucks or less. So yeah, that should do it. You don't need to worry about anything else. Like I said, just turn everything on. Make sure you do like I said with turning on the radio before the quad, and you should be good to go. Have lots of fun with it. Make sure you disarm right away, and let me know what you think of it when you get it. All right, thanks.